The manhunt continues this morning for Marine suspected of shooting and killing Nassau County Deputy Josh Moyers.
There was just nothing they could do for Josh, where the bullets lodged and what it did.
The community is remembering Deputy Moyers as a man dedicated to his job, but also planning his wedding with his fiancée, only 29 years old.
Now it's day 4 of the search for suspect Patrick McDowell. The reward money is climbing to more than $50,000.
I would encourage him to turn himself in and to get help, and nobody else has to get hurt.
We've got live team coverage this morning. It's Monday, September 27th, and this is Good Morning Jacksonville.
And welcome in on this Monday morning. I'm Keitha Nelson.
And I'm Katie Jeffrey. So our top story this morning, Nassau County Deputy Joshua Moyers died from his injuries yesterday, just 29 years old.
Local law enforcement honored him with a procession last night as his body was escorted from UF Health to the medical examiner's office. Deputy Moyers was shot twice Friday during a traffic stop in Callahan. The man who police say is responsible is still on the run at this hour.
So we are now in day 4 of the manhunt for 35-year-old Patrick McDowell. You see him there on your screen. Callahan residents can expect a large police presence this morning along Sandy Ford Road and 301. We know a lot of you are waking up with questions, so we have team coverage. Let's start with Leah Shields. She is live with the latest on the search and what Callahan residents need to know.
Yes, about 200 law enforcement vehicles will be here in the area. We've seen 2 small groups so far make their way down Sandy Ford Road. Now behind me, you'll see some cones. That's about where the shooting happened. And behind the cones, that's US 301. So this is the area where it'll all happen. But it appears they're not coming all together as 200. They're going to be coming in separate groups. So hopefully in the next few minutes, you could see more coming to this area. This is a place they've searched tirelessly over the past few days. They're coming back here today to do what they're saying is collecting evidence. Exactly what? It's unclear right now, but again, we know they've knocked on doors in this area. They've combed this area looking for Patrick McDowell, and we are on day 4 of that manhunt today as well. So some schools here in Callahan will have some effects because of this manhunt. We're talking about a modified lockdown that starts today and it goes until further notice. Now that means schools will be open, but with limited movement within the halls, and buses will be running. But if parents choose to keep their kids at home, the absence will be excused. Now, McDowell is a U.S. Marine veteran, so I want you to take a look at your screen. This is what he looks like. If you see him, call police immediately. Do not approach the man. He is considered armed and dangerous. Now, a fellow veteran of his who considered him a friend said they stayed together during their time at the 5-Star Veteran Center, and he says he suffered from trauma from his time in the military.
I think that how we deal with trauma in the military is kind of on a bell curve. You know, some people are really good at it, like my little brother. And then there's people on the polar opposite end of that curve. I would encourage him to turn himself in and to get help, and nobody else has to get hurt.
Now, the reward, if you give information that can lead to his arrest, is now more than $50,000. If you know anything, also, you should call Crime Stoppers. It's 1-866-845-TIP. So again, we're here in this dark road. You can see it's 2-lane road, Sandy Ford Road and US 301. That is where you'd expect to see a lot of law enforcement starting as early as 6 a.m. right now and going throughout the rest of the day. Leah Shields, First Coast News, on your side.
Thanks for that, Leah. And as we mentioned, Deputy Joshua Moyers died from his injuries yesterday. Renata Gregorio, she is live from the medical examiner's office this morning with more on how people are remembering Deputy Moyers this morning.
Keitha, he is remembered as a happy-go-lucky guy who just loved the outdoors, always dreamt of becoming a policeman, and was getting married. There's no word yet on plans set for his funeral. Nassau County Deputy Joshua Moyers honored outside UF Health Sunday. Moyers received the ABCD Award for going above and beyond the call of duty in a narcotics case, according to the Sheriff's Office. He graduated from St. John's River State College and is a 2010 graduate of Hilliard Middle Senior High School.
Out of everybody I spoke to, not one person had anything negative to say about him. They all said he was a great guy.
The Fraternal Order of Police president in Nassau County, Ray Verassi, spoke with Moyers' mother.
He loved the outdoors. He loved to hunt and fish, and a sportsman type individual, always somewhat happy-go-lucky, but it was always there to lend a hand if needed.
There is a way that you can help right now. If you go to our website, you can find the story with this link. It's to a GoFundMe to help support the deputy's fiance. Renata DiGregorio, live in Jacksonville. First Coast News, on your side.
And we will continue to follow the manhunt for Patrick McDowell. We're going to have another report from Callahan just ahead right here on GMJ.